So you're new to your local scene and you're quickly realizing that everything you do is held under the microscope of punk rock gatekeepers. But that's okay, you got the music down, you got the clothes down, but you're still wondering about the food. The punks will see you eat eventually. If you're caught eating the wrong food, well, you're out of the scene forever. Don't worry though, I got a 10-item list here that is gonna save your back in any punk rock situation. With these punk foods, you'll totally be climbing that social ladder faster and higher than you ever thought possible. Hey ladies, how's it going? Dan Frampton here, and before we get going, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, with that out of the way, let's hit the pit. Okay, so you know why you're here. You're here to learn the top 10 most punk foods to be eating in front of punks so they know that you yourself are also a punk. Number 10 is a pork rind. If you want a punk to know that you are indeed also a punk, all you need to do is go to your local convenience store and pick up a bag of pork rinds. These things are greasy. These things are rindy. These things are porky and very stinky, and they will leave a lasting impression to anybody that comes into your contact because they'll know that this guy has just had a pork rind. Not only has he just had a pork rind, but he knows why he had a pork rind, and that's for punk cred. And that is the coolest and most valid reason to be eating a pork rind. So instant credibility right away with the pork rind. And while you're at the convenience store, okay, you can pick up your number 9 item here on the list, which will also get you a bunch of cred, which is any caca salami or any caca pepperoni. You know, any really like caca meat really will get you a whole bunch of cred in the scene, and also will fill you up pretty decently, okay? So all you gotta do is get yourself, like, snap yourself into a Slim Jim or like a Texas Lynx Rex or whatever they're called, and you're good to go. And you can snap it off and share a cock with a friend. You can even boil it up if it's cured, if it's jerked, if it's like a spicy or a mild cock, it doesn't really matter. You know, that's a credibility cock right there. Okay, so for the next item on the list, the number 8, you're gonna have to go outside of the convenience store and maybe stop off at your local pizza shop. Hopefully you have like a pizza or a Little Caesars nearby, because these would be your choice places to go. These are the most punk pizza places. But what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna order just like a cheese pizza, but instead of the tomato sauce that comes on, you get ranch dressing instead. So a cheese pizza with ranch dressing instead of pizza sauce, and that is the most punk pizza on the list by far, but only the 8th most punk food. And what makes this a really good choice is you can share a ranch punk pizza with so many punks. And like, you can have it before the show or after show or during the show. You can share it with the band, like during the set or after the set. You know, it's a really good thing to have access to, is the ranch cheesed pizza. Okay, now number 7 is still gonna stay with the ranch, but you're gonna have to do like a little bit of work for this one, which is not so punk, but it's not a whole lot of work, and the end result is the 7th most punk food. You're gonna go and get yourself a box of mac and cheese. So you can get this at the convenience store. The convenience store is gonna be a great place for you and punk credibility as far as food is concerned. Pick yourself up that box of mac and cheese and a bottle of ranch dressing. And once these are secured, make the mac and cheese, discard of the cheese pouch. You will not be needing the cheese pouch. That cheese pouch is just a waste of time, a waste of money, and a waste of everybody's efforts, okay? Get rid of that shit. Whip up the noodles as normal, as you normally would. You know, you got your boiled water, you got your oven, you got your however you do it. You know, people do it differently. And then you don't need the butter afterwards. You don't need the milk or anything like that. No. All you need to do is, after you have a bunch of soft noodles, all you need to do is throw on a whole bottle of ranch dressing, and you are good to go, my friends. And you can pick up a couple boxes and a couple bottles, and you can share that with the entire scene, and you're gonna make a whole lot of friends that way. Number 6 is very specific to the time of day that you consume the food, but it varies in the type of food, and that is Chinese food, any kind of Chinese food, at 3 a.m. After the show is long gone, after everybody's coming down from their highs and their drunks, everybody's waltzing into their nearest Chinese food restaurant, and they're getting themselves some spring rolls, some egg rolls, some fried rice, some chicken balls, some red sauce. They're throwing it all into like a combination platter, number B, you know, that kind of thing. That is the most punk kind of thing ever. And bonus points if your Chinese food restaurant also sells cigarettes. If they sell packs of cigarettes, then you, my friend, are in one of the most punk rock establishments imaginable, really. Okay, we're playing Diddy Kong's Quest, and I guess this is the boss that I have to beat right now. And that makes me sad because I suck at boss levels. Okay, we're gonna have to fight him. And while we're doing that, we're gonna be talking about the number 5 most punk food. And this is specific to the kind of place you go to and the kind of experience you have, but the food type varies again. And what that is the hotel restaurant buffet. You gotta find yourself a hotel restaurant, and normally these hotel restaurants have their buffet gimmicks on a Sunday afternoon. So you're going on a Sunday afternoon to some sick hotel restaurant. Hopefully it's within walking distance to where you live. If not, well, you know, that's okay. But bonus points even if this hotel has a continental breakfast before dinner time. So you go in the morning time and get their continental breakfast for free, which is pretty sick. And then in the afternoon to evening time, you go and enjoy their buffet. This time you have to pay, but you can do a whole lot of punk things by like pocketing food for later, you know? And if you find any cocks of meat, oh my God, you know that you can share those cocks of meat with anybody. But the best thing about the hotel restaurant buffet is that everybody watching you do this stuff, they're in the hotel, you know, they're like tourists or whatever. So you don't need to worry about embarrassing yourself. You can go fucking ham, hog wild. You can go nuts, as it were, and it's all the better. And if they see you stealing a whole bunch of food for later, well, who are they gonna tell? They don't know anybody in the punk scene, fuck them. Okay, the number 4 most punk food, and I don't think anyone's gonna dispute this, okay? Number 4 is beer. Any kind of beer, hopefully it's a can of beer. And just like any other number here, there are bonus points for certain different things, okay? So if you got like a tall boy, or if you got like yourself a Colt 45 type situation going on, well then you got yourself a better type beer. And that might even move you up a little bit in the list. Beer, it's very filling. It's basically liquid bread, you know? You get really filled up by it. It's very nutritious, it's very tasty. You can have it cold, you can have it warm like the Germans do, you know? Beer, it's a versatile consumable. Jesus Christ, what kind of throw is that, Diddy Kong? Swoop it! Oh, for fuck. Okay, so we're getting into the top 3 here. These are the 3 most punk foods on the entire planet. And you can really put just like these 3 foods in your tool belt and you'll be good to go. You don't need to worry about anything else on this list. If you just have these 3 items, you will be set. Number 3. Easy cheese, also known as spray cheese, also known as cheese in a can. You can spray it like it's silly string, you can put it on crackers, and you can also make endless references to the movie Goof Troop movie, a Goofy movie, Goof Troop the Goofy Time, with the guy that had like the cheesy can and would be like, I'm Pauly Shore, but the cheese can guy. So a whole lot of bonus points for that as well. Oh no! And you might notice a common theme here in the list is that cheese comes up quite a bit, and that is gonna be the case for our number 2 option. But in number 2, we're sticking with more of the synthetic cheese type gimmick, and that's a Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwich, but vegan style. So you got the vegan cheese, you got the Beyond Meat. None of it is really real. It's still very greasy and doesn't really taste like anything, but because it's vegan, it's very punk. It's also very hardcore. If you're rocking up to the Youth Crew show with a Philly cheesesteak vegan style sandwich, my God, you have just earned yourself at like the top position of their social status ranking system or whatever they got going on. You've got all the stripes and all the right colored hoodies. But here it is, the #1 most punk food on planet Earth. This food will not only ensure that every punk thinks you're the best punk in the world, you're also gonna get the admiration of all the deadheads, okay? Of all the acid users out there, all the people going to like fish concerts, okay? You're gonna get all of their respect because this is their favorite food as well. Okay, if you know anything about punks or being fucked up, you also know that doing it in a cheap, legal way is super punk. So getting yourself down to the grocery store to pick up yourself a couple cans of whipped cream to ensure that you're eating the whipped cream like a good whipped cream boy, and you're also buying one just for the gas part so you can be doing the whippets. So fill yourself up on one bottle of whipped cream and get yourself all fricked up with another bottle of whipped cream. It's a win-win situation and everybody's gonna love you for it. And not only is everyone gonna love you for it, you're gonna love yourself for it. And if you go to any like parking lot to one of these shows that are going down, you're not gonna see them sold in can form, okay? These are things that you're gonna be getting in balloon form. People are walking around with balloons full of whippets, okay? And it's illegal because it's used to normally make whipped cream or whatever, but this time you can use it for yourself and to have a good time. Okay, that's gonna be about it, and I'm just gonna shove this down your throat one more time. Like and subscribe, and join if you've already done that. Thank you for watching this upload, and until my next upload, watch another upload.